Hi, I'm Teja. I'm a developer relations engineer at Harness. In this video, we're going to explore how you can effectively respond to a zero-day vulnerability using Harness SCS module. Before we jump into the whole process and the implementation, let's take a quick look at the challenges and some of the critical situations where the security teams get into on a zero-day. First and the foremost, the security scanners takes time to get updated, and they could be pretty helpless in standing against the zero-day vulnerability. Next, in a large scale, among thousands of artifacts, it is quite difficult to spot the affected artifacts rightly. And it is also same with finding the affected deployments too. Further, the need for collaborating with other teams for the remediation purpose is quite challenging too. And then, the difficulty in tracking these remediations and making sure nothing is left to patch is pretty high. And there are a lot more other issues too. So, addressing all of this, the Remediation Tracker in Harness SCS allows you to create trackers specific to a component with a remediation condition. So here's how it looks. So as I said, you start by creating a tracker with the component details and the remediation condition. The tracker will quickly pull out all the artifacts that are utilizing the given component and fail to satisfy the remediation condition. With all the artifacts in place, it takes you further deep by listing all the environments where these artifacts are deployed. And next, as you have the tracker in place, it allows you to view the real-time remediation progress, and when all the environments are patched, the remediation completes and the tracker gets closed. So this is pretty much the life cycle of a remediation tracker in Harness SCS. Also, most importantly, the Jira integration within the tracker allows you to create tickets and assign it to the appropriate teams, which will allow you to collaborate more efficiently. And in case you want to exclude artifacts from the remediation tracker for whatever the reason, you can always do that. So, to make it more clear and make it more real, we can choose a zero-day vulnerability and see how you can utilize the remediation tracker to do all of this. So to keep it more familiar, we can choose Log4j as an example in our case. So what you see on the screen is the remediation tracker feature in the Harness SCS module. So you can just get into the module and click on the remediation tracker from the navbar. So this is where the remediation tracker can be created. So it's pretty straightforward. You can just get into the new remediation tracker button. You can just click on that, and this will bring up all the options that are needed to create a remediation tracker. So it will begin by asking for a CVE number, which is an optional thing, but by just giving a CVE number and clicking on the retrieve information, it will bring the data related to severity, and also it will populate the vulnerability description. So the next important thing is the component name. So this is where the tracker utilizes this component name and creates the tracker. So in our case, it's going to be Log4j. And as you can see, it is already suggesting, and the data that you see here is coming from the SBOMs. So make sure that all of your artifacts are having SBOMs in the SCS module. So let me choose Log4j, and then the target date for which I wanted to get this remediated. And next is another important thing, which is a condition to qualify as remediated, which means the removal of the following version of Log4j will be considered as remediated. So in my case, it's going to be all versions. So I want to remove all the versions of Log4j so that I'll be remediated. So I'll be patched. So you can also choose to go with less than or equals to a single value specific to version. In a way, the tracker, the moment you remediate or remove these versions, the tracker will consider that you are patched. And next, there's going to be contact information. You can just give the contact person. I can just give my name. Is actually supposed to be the developer. So yeah, here we go. So the moment I click on conform, it takes the component name, which is Log4j, and also takes the condition to qualify as remediated, and goes through the SBOMs in my SCS module and brings out all the artifacts that are failing to satisfy this condition and having the component Log4j. Let's look at them. Just click on conform and brings up the artifacts. So what you see here is the data that you have given, which is the component and the CVE number, and you have the status, with all of the details that you have given, and the tracker will give you an overview of the total impacted, where it shows that one artifact has the log4j and is failing to satisfy the remediation condition, and that artifact has been deployed into 2 environments. So yeah, it gives you a complete overview there. And now here is the most important thing, that I could see the list of all the artifacts that are affected. In my case, it's only one, but you could have many. And also I can see 2 pending and 0 remediated. So the moment I remediate them, the tracker will update the status from pending to remediated. So yeah, here's how you can actually list all the artifacts that are affected by the 0-day and take the necessary steps. So the other important thing is where you can create the ticket right from the tracker. So you can just click on the create ticket, and by just giving the, selecting the project and the issue type and the priority and all of that, the integration with Jira will create a ticket tracked accordingly for the collaboration purpose. And also you can create the Jira ticket on the tracker level. This is on artifact level, and you have the tracker level Jira ticket creation process. Alright, so now let's take a step ahead, and by clicking on the artifact, we will get to know where this artifact is actually deployed. So in 2 environments, in prod 2 and staging, that specific artifact is deployed. And for a change, you have the details specific to the tag level, where I can see that the latest tag of my artifact is deployed in prod 2, and which is vulnerable, and also the harness tag of my artifact is deployed in staging. And you can see these are all in progress, and the moment you start patching them, the tracker will automatically detect and change the remediation status from in progress to done. So that's how the tracker brings everything into your hand right in a matter of clicks. So yeah, so this is how you can create a tracker based on a component, and by giving a remediation condition, and it brings all the data. And yeah, you also have an option to manually mark the tracker as done, but it is best the tracker gets closed by itself by tracking the deployments based on the remediation condition and gets closed. So yeah, this is how you can utilize the remediation tracker in SCA module and take immediate actions whenever there is a 0-day. See you again. Thank you.